What is up? What the yunk is up? My youngsters, Steamians, and you goobers followed over here. What I want to know is how many people actually moved other coins into their into Bitcoin just to get Bitcoin Cash. Because I can say that that would not have been a very lucrative move for a lot of people. Now, I was talking with someone last night because I was trolling as usual, just like talking a bunch of ish about Bitcoin Cash. I think it was Acid Yo asked me, like what I have against the coin. And I was like, I don't have any. And just to explain to everyone, I have nothing against the coin itself, even though it's not a coin at all. But I don't have anything against it. I have Bitcoin, so I now have Bitcoin Cash. But what I didn't think was smart was when you look at the other things that most of the general public coins that they've invested into, they're the main coins. A lot of people. I gotta just stop saying stuff like that. There's a good amount of traders and fans of certain coins that have invested in random ICOs and stuff. But for the most part, people pretty much stick to the ones that, they hear about the most, which are Litecoin, Ethereum, Monero, Dash, Zcash, Dogecoin even. And to me, moving Ethereum or Litecoin or something like that into Bitcoin to gain small amounts, just to gain a couple coins of something that technically only had inflationary value, and most people's intention were not to keep it, were to just take the free money and turn it back into Bitcoin while it was worth as much as it would be, and make out on it like that. Bitcoin Core, I should say. And for me, who has a lot of money invested in Ethereum and Litecoin, I didn't move any of it over to Bitcoin because I already have Bitcoins that I was going to get Bitcoin Cash for. And as I was explaining, kind of was that I try to look at things as a percentage gain on whatever if I'm transferring from one coin to another coin. Is it going to be worth it? Am I going to make more money off the investment at a percentage level? And most of the time I end up not doing things or moving things around, which is good. You should just trust your gut, because when I do the math and I look at and I go with my feeling, of what I feel is going to make me more money or is going to go up or down more, I normally stick with my initial decision. And I talked about it in a video before because I had, back when Ethereum first took a huge dip and drop, after a couple days of it being stable, like at around like 175, I think, I was saying to some people, and it was directed at people that were looking to see something moving, really, was if they didn't feel safe and they were worried about Ethereum, to move their money to Litecoin. Because Litecoin, you're going to have more coins from when you transfer your Ethereum to there. You'll have more coins. So every dollar that it raises, it's a larger percentage of the coin, obviously, that you're going to be making money off of. So when you turn your 12 Ethereum into I don't know, 40 something or 50, low 50s, high 40s. I think now it'd be high 40s something Litecoins. Your Litecoins, if they were at, let's say, $35, when it goes up to $40 and it's increased by $5, that's going to make you more money than your Ethereum going up $5. You kind of understand what I'm saying? Most of you do, because you're here because you love crypto, but these videos go on YouTube as well, and not a lot of users there are as familiar with cryptocurrency and how our minds kind of work. So a lot of the stuff that I may say, you may just be thinking like, oh, duh. But that's why. My last video I showed you guys my burst mining setup, which was cool to me because I've been mining with it, but I just got my other 8 terabyte drive hooked up because I fucked it up 2 times. The first time was just before I went to see my mom and stay with my parents for a little bit, and so I restarted it, and I actually had done it wrong again. I messed up a number on my plot file, so I plotted it to the wrong address. Idiot. Amateur move, bro. And then when I got back, the network was destroyed. The chain was split into 5, I think, and I had to wait. And then so I replotted anyway just to get my plots ready. And I did it again. Yeah. I don't know how. Like, I copied from my numeric ID onto my plot file, and somehow something was fucked up. So I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but so I had to redo it. And just last night, well, this morning I should say, before the forkening or the fappening, it came on. So I was able to set it up. Wait for your 4 blocks, your 4 confirmations. I always wait for 5 just because, well, while the network's been all fucked up. I probably don't have to, but for me it's just like a for sure way to know that I'm getting in. And yeah, now that I've increased my drives and the size that I'm using, I am catching my deadlines a little bit quicker. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, because I think Empeth was saying that his smaller drives were finding blocks like super quick compared to his larger ones, but it seems like the guys who have like 100 and something. I saw a guy with almost 1,200 terabytes in a pool mining burst. That made no sense to me. Like, if you have 1,200 terabytes, what the fuck are you doing in a mining pool for burst coin? That doesn't even make sense. Like, I like burst because I think it's just a cool little project. The whole proof of capacity thing, and it being extremely energy efficient kind of, I don't know, made me just interested. Like, I wanted to find out more about it, because for something to, not have to rely on your CPU or GPU power to mine a coin and just runs merely on free space that you have, I thought was kind of a cool idea, and I think that may be something that other coins may pick up and adopt further down the road or in the years to come. But for now, there's Burst that does that, and for those of you that don't know, there's a lot of drama with Burst because some of the developers and the head PR/marketing/ kind of took over and created Burst Nation. They was beefing, alright? And I'm gonna leave everyone's names out of this. I don't want no problems. But one side decided to break up the blockchain by, from what I'm understanding, by injecting like fake blocks in or something. Like, I don't know how it happened. there's been so much other shit going on that I wasn't really paying attention. I just knew it was down and that there was like a lot of shit that wanted to do it. I started looking into it, and I got really confused. You didn't really know who to believe because they both seem like, both sides seem like they have evidence to contradict the other. And, as well as both sides seems to think that they are the innocent party. So I don't want any problems. I'm just a little minnow. Another thing, thank you guys for the support, following me. Although I don't go out fishing for followers, I appreciate every single one of you. I just think it's bad manners to just ask people to follow you, because it's kind of spammy. There's a right way to say something all the time, a right way to ask something, you know, like, you can kind of like hint at something in your comment back to a upvoter or whoever that you want to shout out and get them to keep coming back to you. But I don't like fishing for all that stuff. I'm happy that people enjoy my content and stop on my blog, and you know, I'm happy with, even though I'm not a big earner, you know, like my biggest, I think, payout, or my biggest money made on an article was like just under $50, you know, and to me that was huge. You know, most of my videos make either cents or maybe like 10 or 15 bucks. It really depends on like what time I'm posting it at. And I don't really care, you know, I just like to put stuff out there. The money is cool. It's like a huge, I shouldn't even say great, it's a huge like pat on the back, and it makes you feel great when people respond and upvote your stuff, and you see that you're getting rewarded for it. But I've said it before, unlike a lot of people on Steemit, I'm not there to rake in the big bucks. If I do, that's awesome. I'd love to be a full-time blogger and vlogger outside of the tire waste recycling, because you can't really stop doing that. But yeah, so I mean, it's always appreciated. But I hit 250. I'm over 250 now. I have over 1,020 steam power. I'm still just a little minnow in the big pond of Steemit, but I'm extremely grateful for everyone that's helped me out along the way. If you check out Youngzilla's last post that he did, you could see a list of just about everyone that has helped me out, has had my back. We've all helped each other grow and supported each other and each other's ventures, and you know what everyone does. We accept really everyone for who they are and what they do, unless you come in on some bullshit. But you know, like we're not inclusive. You know, we want our group to grow, and we want more people to be a part of the movement, so they can make a video or write a blog and say the same thing, you know, how much they love the community and how helpful everyone's been and all this and that, because that right now seems to be the trend. And you know, from what I heard from other people this past winter, they were worried about like the death of Steemit, you know, and they said it wasn't like the place it is now, and that us newbies who've been here for, you know, less than a year, I'd say less than a half a year, have like brought a revival kind of to Steemit, the whole young community. And you know, we're here to stay. I'm pretty sure that everyone who has a position in the Young Lab is not planning on going anywhere, is on Steemit for the long run. And we just want to see everyone grow with us. We want to see everyone doing good. We want to see everyone have standards for their writing, and I feel like through empowering people and making them feel like their content is important, or giving them, just making them feel like their content's important. And if it's not, you know, to the best quality, giving them pointers and helping them out. You know, even when I'm not in general chat or another room, a lot of times I'm still in the chat, like in my private messages, talking to people and helping people out. I have a lot of people message me, asking me questions. Some I don't even know like how they found me or found my name, but I've never seen them before. They're new users and they're messaging me in Steemit chat, which I love, is totally great. If you guys need anything, want to get a hold of me personally, like feel free to stop into steemit.chat and drop me a PM. My handle is the same as it is on Steemit. No question is a dumb question. Every person was a lost first week user who was confused and overwhelmed by all the tools and all the communities and everything within Steemit. So me myself, I'm still new, but I'm a sponge, you know. I've absorbed a lot and I have a lot of knowledge that I can give, and I'm not afraid to say that I don't know something or I can't help you and direct you to maybe someone that can. But for the most part, I've been able to help just about every person that has asked me for help. So yeah, man, let's keep making it grow. Keep that steam rolling. Get your yunks up and spread yunk like peanut butter, baby.